Welcome to When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. Today's guest is, can you tell them who you are and where you from for those that might not know you from the new generation?
It's your boy Yukmouth, Thug the fuck out. You feel me? Report live from LA. You know what I mean? Born and raised in East Oakland. Got it, that boy, California, West Coast. You did.
For sure, for sure. And with that being said, man, how was it for you growing up in the Ville, man? What type of things did you experience growing up as a child?
The basics. Poverty. Struggling. The streets. You know what I mean? Just being rough as shit. You know what I mean? You witness motherfuckers get shot and stabbed. Daily. Dope things, overdosing and shit. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Homies dying. You know what I mean? So a lot of drama. You know what I mean? But I also had the good side of life with my dad. He had a lot of bread, so I was living with my dad for a few years before he was in and out of jail. On the other side of the bridge, Gold Gate Bridge, was the Sausalito, rich part of the Bay Area. But I lived over there, for about 4 years, and I lived in the village, you know what I mean, for the rest of them years, you know what I mean, off and on with my grandma, off and on with my aunties and uncles and shit, and my sister. Shout out to my big sister Sharice. But just living from family to family sometimes, when your mom's struggling, your dad is locked up in jail, you gotta go live with grandma for a minute, you know what I mean? So shit like that, the basics, welfare system, all that, hustling. A lot of hustling, man. You had to hustle to survive. You know what I mean? Wasn't too many
Yeah.
options. Even though I had a job and I was hustling out the job. You know what I mean? So double
And
up.
we're gonna speak on that. We're
All
gonna
my
speak on
money.
that. But
Yeah, all my
with
money.
you, right? With you speaking on your pops though, did you grow up in a two family two parent household? My bad.
At the beginning they was together. You know what I mean? When they had my sister, my big sister, she was born first. I was born 4 years later. But they was together, you know what I mean, for when I was born. And then after that, they went their separate ways, you know what I mean? And mom always get the kids, you know what I mean? So mom
All
took
the
me
time.
and Pops did his thing, you did. But Pops came back and got me. Just dipped, you know what I mean? Pops stayed in my life.
100. That's love right there, though. For real.
Uh, uh,
Yeah. So what made you jump into the street life? Was it your environment that made you feel like you ain't had no choice?
um, a lot of environment, you know what I mean? And just being born in it. Like my cousins, my uncles, everybody was doing it. My sister, you know what I mean? Everybody was doing it. And my family put me onto the shit. I was spoiled at the time, and my uncle and my sister was spoiling me. When they went to jail, the spoils went down. You know what I mean? I started wearing the same clothes and started getting bummy kind of, you know what I mean? And I wanted that gratitude, so it all starts from just hustling for outfits, you know what I mean? Hustling for new shoes, you know what I mean? Starter coats, you know what I mean? Jordan outfits, Jordan sweatsuits, Lecoq Sportif, all the other shit, just to look fly. Then you step it up to where you want to get a car. You know what I mean? Now you hustling to get your car. You know what I mean? Now you got your little underbucket riding around the streets. Now you're trying to hustle to get to the next level. You know what I mean? Like an apartment or some shit like that. After you get that, it's just all stacking up, as far as the levels of the quantity of work you copping. So if you starting at a say a half ounce, you want to definitely be at an ounce. You start at an ounce, you want to be at 2 ounces. You know what I mean? And so on and so on. So you definitely want to level up in so you can make more money. So that's the main thing, main objective, period. So we was out there hustling. It came from my family. My cousin put me on, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say no names because he owned the church right now. He don't do those things no more. But my cousin
Yeah.
put me on. My uncle put him on. My uncle Mike, rest in peace. And it was like a family operation. You know what I mean? We had a car to
Yeah,
downtown Oakland. Yeah,
I heard it was in your background. That's crazy, man. You got
yeah.
a crazy story, man.
We had my
For
uncle
sure.
turned
And
that
you
down.
from
My uncle Mike was the first one to sell crack downtown Oakland. Oakland got all turfs. You know what I mean? Like from the 10th Street all the way to the hundreds. You know what I mean? And then backwards,
right.
you go to West
You from
Oakland and North
65th,
Oakland.
ain't you?
Huh?
You from 65th, ain't you?
I'm from 65th. I'm from the Ville, but my uncle is from Funktown, 10th Ave. You know
Right.
what I mean? So my uncle was grinding in Funktown and downtown. Which downtown was, off limits. Nobody grind down there. So my uncle was the first one to sew that bitch up. And he had some shit going down like the Carter had a whole apartment building sold up. and another apartment building called the Hill Castle sold up. So it was the Madison that he was, had the crack house at, and at the Hill Castle we had the whole fucking building sold up. So, he ran that whole neighborhood. He put my cousin out there first, Cousin made Big Willie made hella moves. Then my cousin put me and my little cousin Bill on. Rest in peace to Bill. But yeah, we both hit the block. You know what I mean? Period. Then I brought niggas like Numb and his brother and his homeboy to the block. You know what I mean? We always hustling.
Right. So with that being said, what made your neighborhood, the 65th, click up with 69th?
Oh, they same projects. It's the same neighborhood. It's the same neighborhood.
Oh,
So
okay.
you got one set of projects across the street. You got another set of projects across the street. So we just across the street from each other. That's 69th, this 65th. You know what I mean? That's it.
Mm.
But we the same projects. We the same crew. We the same people. But it's two sides. You know what I mean? Some people live on that side of the project. Some people live on this side. So the 65th side, we claim that side because that's where we lived at. That's where we was raised at. The 69th side, they claim that side because they was raised over there. You know what I mean? But it's all the Ville. One Ville, one mob,
For sure. And with that being said, what type of influence did Lil D have on you growing up?
It was more of Felix Mitchell. Felix Mitchell was the dude when I was young. He was taking care of the neighborhood. Your parents couldn't pay their rent. He gonna look out. Kids couldn't pay for their Pop Warner, football, baseball, basketball. He gonna look out for them. Hold up, right quick.
Yeah, you good?
Hold up.
Yeah, man, it's Israel Picasso. When I fell in love with hip hop, man, Yukmouth, man, Luniz, man, y'all tap in for sure.
Yeah, but Felix Mitchell was really looking out for the neighborhood when we was little. You know what I mean? So it was more him. You know what I mean? And just looking up to him. And the big boy cars, the furs, the minks and shit. So just a little kid. You know what I mean? Looking up to like, oh, he's a D boy, but he's a kingpin, and he's looking out for the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Even though a lot of crack is sold in the neighborhood, he's still giving back. You know what I mean?
Right.
And making sure that the people that's talented, the people with gifts, you know what I mean, the people that's athletic, you know what I mean, make sure they stick on that path and don't get out there selling drugs and shit. So it was a protocol. Like the nerds, nigga, you stay a nerd. You know what I mean? Stay your ass in the house. You know what I mean? You athletic, nigga, stay your ass in the gym. Stay your ass on the field. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got some other shit going on. You a college, you know what I mean? Hella smart. Stay your ass in the book. Stay in the library and leave the street shit to us. You know what I mean? So yeah, Big Feet, he had to separate it. Lil D came when I was a teenager. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I was already in the game. You know what I mean? But he definitely influenced me because they was in the game big time. You know what I mean? Him, all the 6ix9ine mob, they continued from where Big Fee left off. Because Big Fee had died in prison. So the kingdom got passed down to Little D. His nephew, and they ran that shit just like Fee ran it. You know what I mean? Period. So yeah, 6ix9ine mob definitely big influence, as far as the hustling and with the rap shit, you know what I mean? Because Black and Seagram, from 6ix9ine Ville, they was the first ones on the West Coast to have a deal with Rap A Lot. You know what I mean? So Seagram was the first West Coast artist signed on Rap A Lot, which was from the mob, the Ville, 6ix9ine mob. And that came through, Lil D and Black, you know what I mean? That was their partner, Jay Prince. So that's how that happened. So yeah, even with the rap
That's
shit.
crazy. That's crazy. So when you jumped in the dope game, man, like what was like what you was working with, like a quarter brick, half a brick, like if you can say that, like we
Nah,
talking.
none of that, bro. I was copping ounces and shit. I never had none of that shit, bro. None of that until I
Yeah.
got older. Yeah, little nigga, you know what I mean? Just copping ounces, you know what I mean? Couple ounces at a time, shit like that. But we had a couple licks and got, a hold of a brick and some more shit, you know what I mean? So we done touched it all, But just grinding, you know what I mean? When I was out there grinding, I was a lick, I didn't grind and get that brick, But as far as just grinding, like I made it up to about 4 ounces, you know.
Damn right.
But I'm a teenager, my
Shit,
nigga. I'm like only 15, 16, shit like that, So
right. So did like living in the projects give you the motivation to want to be successful though?
absolutely. I'm a cartoonist, so everybody in my family, thought I was gonna be a cartoonist working for like Marvel, Disney, DC Comics, something like that. So they kept me in art school, shit like that. But my dad was a musician. My grandma was a musician. My dad played the bass guitar. When I was living with my daddy, 8 years old, he gave me the trumpet. I had to learn how to play the trumpet. Go back to Oakland, 10 years old. I'm in the Oakland High Steppers marching band. So I'm playing the snare drum and the bass drum in the marching band. So I'm musically inclined, going to church. My grandma's playing the piano. I'm playing the bongos, while the choir sing as a youngster. You know what I mean? So I'm musically inclined. My family is doing music around me, but, they think I'm going to be the artist. So, lo and behold, man, shit, fast forward time, I'm the artist.
Right, right. And that leads to my next question, man. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Shit, since it came out, since I heard the message, by Melly Mel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's that gas. I ain't gonna lie, that man, that shit, that gas I had, man, that shit was some gas too. That shit was some thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Good shit, good shit, good shit. But yeah,
On my mom.
since Melly Mel, don't
Yeah,
push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to
yeah,
lose my head. That
yeah,
had me lit. You know what I mean? And then everything. LL Cool J, Run DMC, um, Slick Rick, Rakim, Eric B and Rakim, BDP, Bring It Down Production, KRS One, Big Daddy Kane, NWA, Ice Cube. Um, Yeah, that was the ones that came in the '80s that really influenced me to rap. No, the Ghetto Boys, Scarface and the Ghetto Boys. That's what really made me want to
yeah.
rap.
And when was the first time you actually put words together though?
Mm. Around that time,
You remember that?
around the '80s, around the
Around that
'80s,
time?
yeah, around the '80s, about
Okay.
'80. I want to say '88, like in because I think I was rapping over Fight the Power. So Public Enemy Act came out. Public Enemy too, they was hella dope. So yeah, I'm rapping over Fight the Power and shit. The instrumental, you got the double cassette beatbox, it could record on one side and play on one side. So I had that going. And yeah, I record over my mom's tapes and my grandma's tapes, what I mean, my dad tapes, put the little tissue and the little wops of the tape, both ends of the tape, and
Yeah,
you can
that's
record
real hip
over the
hop shit
music.
though.
Yeah, so I put the boom bop over the tapes and boom, recorded over the music. My little first little studio, you did. So yeah, man,
For
I
sure.
try to figure it out, but I wasn't dope at it at first at all. I wasn't super dope, but I got it. I knew how to do metaphors and punchlines and shit. That's what I got from the New York niggas. That's all my shit
Right.
was, punchlines and metaphors and shit. It wasn't like, you know, um, my
Yeah, I
sister,
ain't gonna lie, you crazy with that shit, man. I had to go back and re-listen to that thugged out. Man, you was talking that crazy shit like damn, like what was your mind at with that shit, that thugged out shit?
Nah, it was my first album. I got to talk my shit. Me and Numb come from different parts of Oakland. He's not from the Ville, so I was able just to really tell my story. You know what I mean? That's besides the Luniz. Me and Numb hustled together. You know what I mean? When we was teenagers and whatnot. But he ain't grow up where I grew up at. You know what I mean? He didn't do the things I've done in life. You know what I mean? Besides when we got
Right.
together, of course, and later on in life, like when we was 15 and 14, I mean 15, 16, like them 15 years till I got to him, I had to tell my story. And after I, start doing other shit, you know what I mean? I was with him, I'm doing shit, you know what I mean? Wiggling and making my moves and whatnot. So, no, them niggas knew I was a hustler, period, because I put them niggas on the grind. I was a hustler, one of the hustlers in high school, you know what I mean? I was fly. That's how I got in the group. None was a rapper in junior high school. That's when we met. So he was a rapper. He was a nigga killing shit at lunchtime. He had a group called BWP, Brothers with Potential. So, I was drawing their logos and shit. Plus, I was a fly nigga, so they put me in the group, you know what I mean? I wasn't the best rapper at all, you know what I mean? I probably was like one of the fourth, third of, I want to say the fourth best rapper, probably if that, you know
But
what I
it's the
mean?
way you talk your shit though, you know?
Right.
It's the way you
I had
talk your shit to make a motherfucker believe that shit.
Right. So my sister's dating Big Bruce that put out Pool Man fucking with Dank. at the time. That fucking with Dank came from my niece's father, both my niece's father. You know what I mean? No, my niece's father. Matter of fact, Bruce from the Seven Deuce. So he
Okay.
coming to the crib and shit. Me and Numb and then recorded some little shit at the studio, and I played it for him, and we all, lyrical miracle and shit. And he like, man, I know you from the Ville. Why are you talking all this lyrical miracle shit? Like, where you going with this? He said, I'm gonna play you what you need to be playing, talking
Right.
about. And he played Pool Man shit. Fucking with Dang, fucking with Dang, fucking with Dang. With Ed Banks. He said, you need to be talking about shit like this, because this is where you come from. Like, what the fuck are you? You rap like a New York nigga. He was on my ass and he threw the motherfucking shit out the window. I remember like it was yesterday, man. The motherfucker had a fountain, candy painted fountain, red, gold, triple Days and Vogues. You know what I mean? Cream interior, Zapco on his lap, and we playing a motherfucking tape. He threw that motherfucker out and frisbeed it out, man. Said, man, try again, man. And this is a nigga that could sign us because he had his own record label. So when I heard that, you know what I mean, it just crushed my rap dreams, period. I went back to the streets. I wasn't fuck with it no more, you know?
And I was gonna ask you that, like, what was your neighborhood thinking when you told them like, damn, I'm finna be a rapper and shit.
Niggas know I could rap, but you know what I mean? Seagram was our rapper. You know what I mean? We had a lot of rappers in our neighborhood, you know what I mean? But Seagram was our rapper, you know what I mean? We had G Stack, Glenn, you know what I mean? We had another nigga, Marv, old school Marv, you know what I mean? Rapping, so everybody, Pooh Man, you know what I mean? So it was rappers in the Ville. So out of all them dudes, I wasn't rapping on their caliber, I wasn't even taking this shit serious, you know what I mean? So I went back to the streets, started hustling, and I got caught up and had to do a year in jail. I really didn't have to do a year, but I was living with my grandma, and I would have did about, I say 30, not 30 days, probably did a week because that was my second case, and I did 3 days the first time. So my second case, I would have did probably a week, if that. She told them to keep me. You know what I mean? She go to church every day of the week besides Sunday. Definitely filled with the Holy Ghost, whatnot, very sanctified and believe in God. So when I got locked up and she went in my room and found my stash, you know what I mean? Because she didn't believe it. Like, he locked up and selling crack. My grandson don't do shit like that. And she found my
Right,
crack,
right,
found my gun and my money in the room in the shoebox. She like,
right.
oh, he the devil. Get him out of my house. So yeah, she told the court to keep me, and they locked me up for a year until I turned 18. You know what I mean? So yeah, that motherfucking year changed my life. You know what I mean? That's the year where I stepped it up with my bars. I came up with the whole concept of the Looney Tunes, drew the logo, the condom man, came up with my name and Numbskull name, because Numbskull name back then was the skinny one. So I came up with the whole plot in jail. Even the song that get us signed, which was the Ice Cream Man, wrote that in jail. Wrote a few more songs in jail, because jail at that time, camp was like rap gladiator school. You had like a lot of the young rappers, that's popping. And
Yeah.
in the Bay Area, oh, let me get that out of here. Yeah, you had a lot of rappers that was
Hold
popping
on,
in the
yeah.
Bay Area that was locked. Yeah, a
Go
lot
ahead,
of
go ahead. Say
rappers.
it again.
Yeah, a lot of rappers in the Bay Area, that was locked up with me. A lot of people with JT, the Bigger Figure crew, was locked up with me. A lot of East Oakland rappers was locked up with me, and all we did was rap all day. You know what I mean? So in there, I sharpened up my skill, because steel sharpens steel. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's
For
why I
sure.
came up with the Ice Cream Man, the whole shit, and yeah, got out of jail with a plan. Linked up with Numb, told him what it did, told him his name, spit the raps to him. He was like, yeah, let's do it. So instead
So
of
the
BWP,
Loonies came from you doing the artwork, the cartoon and shit.
Looney's came from me doing a year in juvenile camp, and I did the
I'm talking about
cartoon.
like the name for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Looney Tunes came from the cartoon. Definitely. We was called the
Okay.
Looney Tunes at first. We was the Looney Tunes, like the cartoon. And when we got signed, we had to take the tunes off of it because of Warner Brother could sue us. So we just was the Loonies, you know what I mean? But we was the Looney Tunes at first, off the top. That was the original name.
Right, right. So how you get the name Yukmouth?
Same shit, just in camp, thinking. My first name was E Flow. So I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I mean? But Nah, I was just thinking of some shit that was dope. I was in the cartoons back then, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was a cartoon, a nigga named Mighty Man. Remember Mighty Man? He was a small little Mexican dude with an
Right,
afro.
right, right, right. Yeah.
And he had a fucking dog named Yukmouth, and he had a doghouse on his head. He take the doghouse
Damn.
off, and he scare motherfuckers. That was his secret powers. Mighty Man was little, but he'd fuck you, pick up everybody, throw you. Superhero, little
Right.
midget superhero. You know what I mean? I'm a tiny ass superhero, but that's where I got the name from, Yukmouth. So that's what I became, Yukmouth. You know, and it ain't for no nigga got cavities or no shit like that. It's that my mouth is yucky. Nigga, I talk shit. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
Talk
real
that
shit.
shit. You know what I mean? Nasty mouth. You know what I mean? So no Frank Ocean. You know what I mean? No Diddy. But yeah, I talk that shit. So it's a yuck
He
mouth.
said
You know
no
what I mean?
Diddy. Hey, what you think
Yeah.
about that, man? What you think about the situation with Diddy, man? Like everybody going against him. Same motherfuckers that was just riding with him though. I don't understand that though. Cause they was with
I
him
think
this whole time until this shit happened.
I think it's a shakedown. It's been a shakedown on black successful entertainers, you know, especially when they bite the hand that feed them. Meaning when you go against the grain. You know what I mean? So Bill Cosby went against the grain. I think he tried to buy NBC or CBS, one of those. Next thing you know, he's getting cases from 50, 60 years ago. That's past the statute of limitation. But since they want to punish you and they could do what the fuck they want to do, they run the police, they run the courtroom. So yeah, your ass gonna get arrested for some shit that you we don't even know you did. But for some shit from 60 years ago because you tried to get out of pocket and buy NBC or CBS. Get back in your place, black man. Puffy, he sued Ciroc, whatever the company, the Bucci, whatever the big company name, he sued them. After that, the walls came crumbling down. He bit the hand that
Damn.
feed him. He bit the hand
So
that feed him. You know,
yeah.
same with Kanye. Kanye, you know, he started talking shit about them small hats, which run the companies that cut his checks. Now, boom,
So
they all drop you,
basically, so
and the world come crumbling down. So at the end of the day, it's a shakedown. You know what I mean? Period. You know, they could do this on anybody. Everybody had wild sex parties in the industry, you know, include me. But
man,
not no parties with no boys, but all women.
yeah,
Definitely. I done
yeah,
had some
for
wild,
sure, yeah, for sure,
wild,
yeah, yeah,
wild
yeah,
nights with a lot of women and just me. You know what I mean? So and we party
yeah.
like a rock
I'm
star.
already
You know, we smoking, we popping, we drinking, you know, but hey, you know, all consensual and all willing, you know. Hey,
yeah,
so you know, industry it comes with it. Basketball players, baseball players, anybody like it comes with it. Movie stars, it comes with it. You know, so they could do that to anybody. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hey, can you speak about the time you got shot in your neighborhood? What led to that situation?
It was I was supposed to get disciplined. You know what I mean? Get disciplined for doing some out of pocket shit to one of the OGs in the 6-5 Ville. You know, so I had to get disciplined, you know. So the disciplinary, you know, went from me getting DP to, you know, motherfucker shot me. You
Damn.
know, long story short, you know, but I did some fuck shit that I shouldn't have did, not let another homie convince me to do it, and I shouldn't have listened to his stupid ass because he got shot up too. You know what I mean? We both laying in the hospital side by side, not even knowing because the curtain is separating us until the police are coming and asking our name and shit after they left. Like, nigga, that's whoop whoop. I'm like, is that whoop whoop? Like, yeah, nigga. I'm like, how you beat me to the hospital?
That's
Cause I
crazy.
got shot. He ran home. But they kicked his door down and shot him up too. You know what I mean? But I ran
Damn.
home. Yeah, like they shot him for running off. Like he was supposed to get DP
That's
too.
crazy.
He can't just run home and go to sleep. They kicked his door down and boo bopped him, you know? So
Yeah, niggas ain't playing. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I heard it's wicked out there in Oakland, man.
it's serious. It's serious, bro. So when the kids, you know, be playing with the little snitch allegations and shit, or even if a motherfucker is a snitch, you know, back in the day, that came with ditches and stitches, bro. If they can't get to you, they gonna get to your family. You know, they gonna make you come out of hiding, bro. Period, and get with you, man. So, you know, I come from a different cloth. It was deadly. Like that shit I did could have got me killed, and it wasn't no snitching or none of that shit. It was just violating. You know, you can't
Yeah,
violate. Period. You know, violation to get you fucked up. So snitching is worse than a violation. Niggas get killed for that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's different, man. I think the game is soft right now. You know, straight up. And it ain't like
no,
I
for
want
real.
people to get fucked up, but is people knew what not to do because you could get fucked up. You know what I mean? You
Right.
knew not to. You know what I mean? Now everybody neighborhood watch. You know what I mean? They own TikTok. I mean not TikTok, but they own what's it, Clubhouse. They own the Gram. They own motherfucking Twitter
But then
Space. They
these
own
niggas is telling
YouTube.
they niggas will tell you the crimes they just did. They blatantly just tell you the shit
Oh
though.
shit. The
Like,
rappers doing that. The rappers
yeah,
go slide on a nigga and make a rap about it the same night. Snitch on
right.
themselves, dry snitch on themselves. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
The
lot of
hip
shit
hop
that
police
niggas
is
could.
real people. Them hip hop police is real.
You
Like for
see all
real.
these niggas catching these RICO cases. If the hip hop police wasn't real, how the fuck do Young Thug got a RICO case? That's a case they give the mafia. That shit was made for the mob, John Gotti and them, because they couldn't catch him red-handed. So just because you're affiliated with these people that's doing crimes and you're their boss allegedly, you're going to jail too. So they use the RICO for these rappers. You're affiliated with them. You didn't do the crime, but you're associated, and that's your buddies. So now I'm gonna hit you with the RICO. That's crime boss shit. So the hip hop police is real as fuck. It's COINTELPRO going down on hip hop. They don't want no more
Man,
black
that's the
millionaires. They
shit
don't
they
want no
was
more
on
black.
with Tupac. You
They
see
don't
what they
want no
did to
more.
Pac?
They don't want no more black billionaires, bro. That's why the billionaires is having a headache right now. All the black men, male billionaires, the females, they can do what they do because they docile. They're gonna go with the
Yeah.
plan. The men, we trying to be our own motherfucking Elon Musk. We trying to be our own motherfucking, Bill
And they
Gates and
can't
shit.
have that.
Nah, they want us to work for Bill Gates and work for Elon Musk. You're a billionaire, but they want LeBron to work for the Lakers. You're almost a billionaire, but you're gonna work for us,
Because you
not
can't you
LeBron.
can't get outside the system.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you're a billionaire, you could own a basketball team, a football team. You could buy one of these social media networks. You could buy a motherfucking company. You could buy a casino. It's too much fucking power, my nigga. That billionaire bracket, it's too much power. As soon as a black man hit that motherfucker, they trying to take him down. A black man, not black woman, black man. Period. They trying to take him down because that's too much power. Period. Unless you're in pocket. Now they'll let Magic Johnson hit that billion. Magic Johnson definitely got it. He just ain't reporting it. Magic Johnson owned damn near half of LA. Magic Johnson
Damn.
owned part of Lakers, owned the Dodgers. He bought the Dodgers. Like, yeah. Part owner of the Dodgers. I think
That's
half
crazy.
owner of the Dodgers. Yeah, that nigga and the real estate out here, he own apartment complexes and buildings and all types of shit, man. So yeah, he's definitely up there, man. I don't give a fuck what they say about Magic. He definitely got it, but he's finally in pocket. You know what I mean? So
Right,
people
right.
who getting out of pocket. I mean, Jay and Beyonce got a Billy. They in pocket. They don't hear no scams and shit coming out about them. They in pocket. You gotta stay in pocket. Puff should have took that on the chin. Whatever he was thinking, man, keep making your money with them people because they could ruin your fucking career.
You gotta keep your mouth closed.
Just
That's
like
it.
them. They keep their mouth closed. All the white boys that came out. Look at all the actors that came out and try to put them on blast. Where they at? Gone. You ain't heard from them niggas acting again. You ain't heard shit from them niggas. They done had scandals come out, lawsuits, all types of shit. Where they at? They stood up, but stood up for what? Stood up to be broke?
No, for real.
Because this is the game,
For
my
real.
nigga. You just gotta figure out how to outdo the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, okay, this is the
Yeah.
game. Like, I knew the game was okay. Boom, it's a point system when you getting signed, right? So the game is if you're an artist, you want to make a record label and get a joint venture. So you splitting this shit half and half. You know what I mean? So instead of you getting pennies off the motherfucking album, if the album's selling for $10 wholesale, you're getting $5 now. That's the main
Mm.
play. So I can't outdo them. I'm not going to try to buy the record label, but I'm definitely going to partner up with them and get my equal share off the music that we're both putting out. So if you play the game like that, get them they cut, you get your cut, you can survive. And that's the game that Jay playing and Beyonce playing. They give them they cut, you can survive. Period. You could chill. You could do your thing.
100,
Now, if I
100.
was to
Hey,
say
what?
about if I was to make multi hundreds of millions of dollars and damn near $1 billion, and them same people that partnered up with me, I say, fuck y'all. I want to buy the company now. I want to partner up in the whole company. Not just me and your deal. Fuck that. I want to buy half in the company. You go, oh, hold on, my nigga. Hold on. Now the scandals start coming out on your ass because you question and try to buy their company, like try to kick them out. I'm gonna buy y'all out. Nigga, no, you not. We made you, and we know all the dirt on you because we was at the parties with you.
For real. For real. That's how that shit go. That's how that shit go, man. For real. So on to the next question, man. What age did you start smoking weed, man?
Mm. I tried it when I was young, but I wasn't fucking with it like that. You know, like I came from don't get high off your own supply, so I was selling a lot of fucking dope and weed. So I wasn't really smoking. I started smoking hella weed. Like I smoke occasionally. You know what I mean? I wasn't like go on a date with a bitch or something, pull out the sack, smoke it with her or something. But I wasn't seriously on it like that because I was trying to hustle the weed, and not fuck up my money and fuck up my account. But when I start rapping and start going to the studio, it became like the atmosphere. You know, I wasn't hustling no more when I got signed. You know, I was selling weed. You know what I mean? Actually. And just going to the studio, just everybody smoking weed. I just got to smoking weed and it just the vibe was better. It was easier to make music. It was quicker. Like it felt better. So just while I'm making music, I start smoking this shit. Then boom, you know, we make five on it now. We a weed motherfucking connoisseurs. I'm getting flooded with weed and shit. I'm selling weed still. We went on tour. I was selling weed to Biggie and them. You know that on tour. That's how I was, you know, close with Biggie and
Man, that's
all them.
crazy. I was gonna ask you that how you end up going on touring with Biggie. I heard you say that on the song.
Yeah, we was on tour with Biggie from the Five on it success. You know, Five on it like damn near went a month on the Billboard chart. You know, over everybody, Michael Jackson, everybody, Biggie, all them niggas.
Yeah,
So
that
you know
motherfucker
that
went platinum, man.
that was 6 times platinum. But at that time it was just platinum. But
Yeah,
platinum
yeah,
and
that's crazy.
platinum and the album went gold all in a month. So Puffy and them put us on tour. They had a choice between Mac 10 and the Luniz. They chose us because Puff loved the song, which you know he redid "Satisfy You" with R. Kelly after we got off tour. But just on that, you know, what I mean, we on tour with shit. Missy Elliott and Timberland was opening for us. They was signed to Devontae Swain from Jodeci because they was on the
Yeah,
tour. Jodeci, so the tour had Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, um, Faith Evans, Naughty by Nature, Biggie Smalls, Junior Mafia. Hold on. Oh, what the fuck happened? Yeah, Biggie Smalls, Junior Mafia, Puff Daddy. I said Naughty by Nature. Who else was with us? I'm forgetting somebody, man. God damn. Us. Who else? Anyway, yeah, that was basically the tour. You know what I mean? So we going state to state and shit. And I'm selling weed on tour. I'm fresh off the block of going on tour. Five on it blew up when we was still on the block. And shit, we get a call, nigga, you on tour. Okay, cool, nigga. I'm taking this weed on tour with me. I'm selling this shit. So that's how I got real cool with Biggie and them, you know, just being a weed man on tour.
man, that's dope as fuck, bro. That's dope. What was the
Mhm.
session like though? To I got five on it. Like, how did y'all come up with that? Like,
It wasn't no session, man. We made that shit beating on our chests and beating on the table. We didn't even have a beat.
damn, that's
We
real
made
hip hop shit.
we wrote the whole shit at the trap, at one of our executive producer traps, one of the little hangouts we hang out at. And
Yeah.
yeah, we just beating on the table and beating on our chests and freestyling basically and yeah, writing that shit down.
Did
We
you
wrote the
think
whole
it was gonna
song,
last this long though? Like, think about it. Generations to come, and you still here, man. Y'all still, motherfuckers, still jamming to y'all.
and that's a blessing, you know, because there's a lot of people that came in when we came in, before we came in, and you know they're not. I ain't gonna say they're not relevant because hip hop will stay relevant forever, but they're not as popular as they was back then.
They
You
not. And
know,
then people that came and left, niggas then it's niggas then in the dirt now. Like, nigga, you done made it past all of you still, you a living legend, bro.
hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate all the love, man. Thanks to the fans. Thanks to the DJs still spinning that record, man. They still play five on it to this day like it just came out, man. So just salute to all the DJs, the radio stations that keep that shit in rotation, man. The Sirius satellites, all the, you know what I mean, the satellite stations and shit. Everybody just keep it in rotation at the nightclubs and shit, you know what I mean? Period. All the motherfucking marching bands, you know what I mean, doing a five on it. You know what I mean? Like there's so much shit going down with that song, man. It's ridiculous. Big shout out to Jordan Peele for that goddamn us.
Yeah, damn right. For
That
sure.
us thing right there, man. Yeah, shout out to Jordan Peele for putting that in the movie. That was like the rebirth of Five on it to like the Gen X. You know what I mean? The new generation that never heard it. You know, they
Yeah.
heard it on the movie, and now you got the Gen Xers. You know, fucking with Five on it, man. So it's a beautiful situation, man. Salute to everybody.
Yeah. Now, before I
Oh yeah,
get to
one
the,
more salute to Virgin Records, man, for signing us because they put the muscle behind that. Like the niggas can have a hit
for
song, but
sure.
if you ain't got no muscle, no marketing, no promotion behind that shit, no money behind that shit will just stay right there in your city. So salute to Virgin Records for putting that shit nationwide and worldwide. You did.
So you signed the Virgin Records. Who is No Tribe?
New Tribe, that's a
New
division. That's a
Tribe.
black hip hop department of Virgin Records. So New
Okay.
Tribe Virgin. Yep.
Okay, that's what's up. So why did they want y'all to be like Crisscross though?
Who? What you mean by
They,
that?
they I was reading an article. They were saying they wanted y'all to be like Crisscross. I don't know if it was because of the hits, like how y'all song was like, a hit like
Nah,
that.
they
They want.
it wasn't no crisscross shit, but they definitely like took over the second album with an A&R like steering our direction instead of
Ah,
a
so
lot of it.
basically took over
Yeah,
y'all creativity and shit, man.
no, like they wanted to do songs with a lot of people that really wasn't our style, you know what I mean? But they were legends, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like the one, no disrespect, but the one with Two Live Crew, that wasn't necessary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was some ones that we did, even the Just Me and You remake, we shouldn't have did that. We should have left that. Like it's a couple things that we could have just left alone and did some other shit, you know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, it was an A&R project basically. They put that album together, and we rapped on it, basically. Had to deal with
Yeah.
hey, rap over this beat, come with this person, get this feature, that. So there was a lot of that on that album. But as far as us being crisscross, nah, it was just, once you go platinum and we went 3 times platinum off the rip. So 4 times platinum. No, 3 times platinum and gold album at that time. So when you do them numbers, they want to make sure the project do what it do instead of let you create and do the original formula that got you there. You know what I mean? So that's what happened on a lot of them songs.
Yeah. So fast forward, you went solo and you came with the thugged out joint, right?
Yes, sir.
So what made you do a double disc CD, man? Was there like a tribute to Tupac? Tupac was doing that double. Now, I'm not saying you was trying to bite from him. I'm just saying was that because I know you got thugged out and then you end up doing the tribute with the Outlaws.
Absolutely. Definitely still balling was definitely a tribute to Pop. But and shout out to Pop for the double albums. I think he was the first to do it. So definitely a page out of Pac book. But it was never originally a double album. We was just recording and we was waiting for the sign off. Like, who I was signed to wasn't signing off for like 2 years. So I was recording for
Mm,
2 years, you know what I mean? And we
right.
just
So
put
you
all the
had hella
songs out,
music.
hella music. So we just put it all out at once. You know what I mean? We had more than that, you know what I mean? But we put out the best ones, over that we accumulated for 2 years. And, that's how it became a double album. It was supposed to be one album, thugged out. And then it became the albulation, you know what I mean? Because we had so many fucking songs, you know what I mean? So that's how that happened. But we weren't trying to make a double album from the beginning at all. It just became a
Okay.
double album. Just waiting for, labels to sign off.
Okay. Okay. What was your first impression of Jay Prince?
Oh man, boss Don. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Yeah, shit, the old man. You know, I ain't never seen a black man that rich at that time. Never. You know what I mean? Far as everything like at once. You see the hustlers and kingpins and shit, but legal money and the assets and the big shit going on. I ain't seen a man that rich. Not a black man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to take notes, period, how he get this rich. You know what I mean? Let me learn from him, firsthand. So I tapped in, I became one of his little buddies. We always on the phone chatting, talking, giving me game and shit. And he liked my hustle because the Bay Area, we independent, so I didn't need no A&R. You know, on Thugged Out the Revelation, I did the whole album myself. You know what I mean? Just give me the producer, give me the studio time, and I'm going. You know what I mean? So that's why that album was so dope, because they just gave me the producer. They didn't say, "Hey man, you forced the songs I wanted to do, like the Rap A Lot Mafia song. I wanted to do that." I said, "Jay, man, let's do a song with all of us together. You know what I mean? Back to back to back to back. Can you make that happen?" He said, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna get everybody in the studio." And that's how that happened. Because I wanted to do it. Jay didn't say, "Hey man, you know, you on Rap A Lot. I need you to do a song with everybody on the album." Nah, hell no. So the whole shit was my idea. You know what I mean? Period. Just collaborating with some of the dopest people that I liked on Rap A Lot, that I admired on Rap A Lot, and some of the dopest people I was working with, you know what I mean, that I fuck with in the game, you know what I mean, including some of the homies, you know what I mean? So that's how that album came together. But basically expressing a lot of shit that I couldn't talk on the Luniz album, because you gotta be on point with your partner. Y'all gotta be able to talk about the same subject matter. So I was able to unleash on Thugged Out. That's why you got that, you know.
Yeah. And man, you went crazy. I forgot the name of the record on there. It was my favorite one when you was talking about the haters, niggas hating and shit. What is called?
World's most
Damn.
hated.
No,
World's
not
most
that.
hated. You
No,
love to
not
hate.
World's Most. Love to hate, man.
You
That
love to
nigga, you
hate.
was talking that shit.
Hmm.
That shit crazy. Cause
That
that
nigga you
shit
love to
still
hate.
relevant right now.
Still relevant to this day. You know. At the end of
Yeah,
the day, man, it comes with the game. Look at the hate Floyd Mayweather get just for being successful and being great at what he do. So when you're great at what you do, you're gonna get hate. Period. It comes with the game. If you a bullshit, like who hate on a bum on the block? And no disrespect to the homeless, but who's hating
no,
on
that's
him?
real. For
You're
real.
hating on you gonna hate on the nigga that's pulling up to the block in a Rolls Royce, hopping out with the big boy Rolex and big chains on. Like, man, fuck that nigga. Not even knowing how what he struggled to get there. He could have been just like you and hustled his way up to that. But you like, fuck this nigga because he got more than you. You know what I mean? So same with the musical shit. When somebody feels you better than them or creating on the same level as them, you know what I mean? It becomes competition. Competition breeds hatred. You know what I mean? Period. Now fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is my competition. Fuck them. You know, so a lot of hate came from that. You know what I mean? Period. But the real ones love me. The town love me. You know, the coast love me. The Midwest, down south, and East
Damn
Coast
right.
love.
St. Louis love you, nigga. Shit.
Yeah,
For
we just
real.
came through that motherfucker, man. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, we good money everywhere, man. So I was just talking about, sometimes like when you become an artist, man, like your people start hating on you. You lose friends, you lose family members, lose musical homeboys, all types of shit. So, a lot of that. You know what I mean? People say you change, but they the really ones that change. They ones who feel entitled because you got a little bit of money coming in, but they think every rapper is a millionaire, billionaire as soon as you get signed. It's not true. When we put that 5 on this shit out, we didn't get paid off our album to next year because it takes 9 months for your royalties and all that shit to kick in for your publishing and shit. So show money, feature money, all that shit was really paying the bills until, that 9 months was up to where we could really collect some publishing and some royalties. So at the end of the day, the rap shit, but when the album is out, it's on the radio all day, niggas thinking that you a multi-millionaire. So they're like, hey, let me hold something, let me hold this, let me do this, and they leaning on your ass like a kickstand, you know what I mean, for favors and shit that when you was in the streets, you couldn't lean on them for. When they had the set, they had the bricks and shit. They didn't just say, hey man, I got all the bricks. Here you go, a brick. Get on. Like, nah, nigga, you never did that. My uncle put me on, my cousin put me on, not none of you niggas from my block. Period. Handed me shit. But
Real
everybody
shit.
from my block, everybody that I knew that I'm growing up with, family members, like, hey, let me hold something, let me do this. And if you say no, now you're funny. Now you're Hollywood. So shit like that. So that's what that song was about, mainly.
Yeah. All right, now I got a fan question from a fan. Is Jay Prince really the boogeyman in Houston?
I don't know about that. He's the old man in Houston. They respect him. Respect come with fear. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
hey, if respect come with fear, that's what it is. I can't explain why they fear him out there, but respect
yeah.
comes with fear. That's all I'm saying on that one.
Right, right. All right, all right. Another fan question. Can you talk about the situation? I can't see you on the screen.
All right, I'm right here. I had to let my dog out.
Okay, okay. Push off.
Yeah.
Peace and love. All right. Can you speak about the situation that happened with Suge Knight?
Ain't nothing happened with Suge Knight, man, and I don't even want to speak on nothing with that
Yeah.
man name because he's still in jail. You know what I mean? But
Free Suge
basically,
Knight. Free Suge Knight.
he Suge Knight. So yeah, nothing happened with him. You know, it was some other dudes that set me up. It was basically a back door. More the story. Somebody set me up, and yeah, it happened. You know, TMZ. The police that was investigating this shit, you know, was mad because I wouldn't make a statement. So they, you know, they got TMZ on speed dial and made their own statement and put it on TMZ, and you know, the rest is history. So
Yeah.
that's how that happened. But these police out here got TMZ on speed dial. Period. Every time something happened with a celebrity, the detectives or the police is calling
Yeah.
TMZ. Rather it's factual, actual, or they made up some shit. They calling TMZ. So they
Right. Right.
made up some
Right.
shit on me and implicated people that didn't have nothing to do with it. And that's how that happened.
Mm,
Hmm.
that's crazy. That's crazy. So we're going to another fan question. Can you speak on the problem with Master P? What happened with Master P?
It wasn't really like no street issues or nothing, you know, just like Drake and Kendrick, you know what I mean? But it wasn't him dissing us or nothing, you know what I mean? We felt that he bit our shit. He took our song, you know, our
The
song
ice cream
shit.
shit.
So the Ice Cream Man. So that was the song that put us on. You know what I mean? Like that song was our first five on it. You know, like at the end of the day, that video, you know, was the first video with the ice cream truck on Triple Gold Days. You know what I mean? Brand new ice cream truck. That ends up a year later and Friday. You know, and our executive producer got the perm, long perm, skinny fly nigga. But they put a fat nigga with a perm named Big Worm driving the ice cream truck on the Triple Gold Days, like our video shoot. So that yeah, it was monumental because that shit
Yeah,
hit
that's
LA too.
crazy.
You know what I mean? That shit hit LA too, and it was monumental in the Bay, which Master P was there. He had a record shop, a record store in Richmond. So we had to drop our records out over there. So he knew exactly what it was. And for him to go, you know, after we blow up with five on it, come with the Ice Cream Man. Now fans don't really know how we look. So a lot of fans, our fan base bought that album. That's how he went gold like that. They thought it was, you know, one of us went solo and did the Ice Cream Man. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, back in the day, you couldn't bite nothing. Back in the day, that shit was forbidden, my nigga. You couldn't sound like a nigga. You couldn't bite a nigga song. You couldn't bite a nigga album cover. You couldn't bite a nigga production. You couldn't bite a nigga style. That shit was forbidden. And if you did it, you was whack. Period. You was a whack MC. You know, suck MC. So when P bit us, it didn't give credit. You know, it was beef. It was up, nigga. You gonna take our shit, you know what I mean? Make a lot of money on it and then act like you just came up with the shit. Don't give the love back to Oakland, the Bay Area, and the Luniz where you got it from. So yeah, on him biting the song, that's why we went at his head, you know. But since then, me and Pete squashed the shit, and we good money right now. So salute to Master P.
That's what's up. That's what G's do, man. Squash that shit, make money, man.
Yes,
For
sir.
real.
Let's get to the money. Yep.
Right, right. And speaking of squashing beef, did you ever squash it with the beef you had with Game?
Yeah, me and Gang good money too, man. Shout out to my nigga Chuck from Frisco, man. He squashed that game at his birthday party, man. Mano to
That's
mano,
100.
just me and the game. No crew, no niggas pumping shit up. Just me and bruh. Squashed it, hugged it out, and we good money, man. So salute to Chuck Taylor, and Frisco Chuck, man, for hooking that
Yeah.
up. Yada. Yeah.
And I got a question. How did you feel about Gonzo being killed, man? And y'all end up having y'all little problem, but y'all I know y'all squashed that shit though. But he ended up getting killed. How you feel about that shit?
That shit was devastating because he had called me like I want to say three days before, like I want to say a week before, literally. Cause I was out of town. I was in Vegas, and he had hit me like, "Bro, yeah, you doing it big. Do your thing, bro. I'm proud of you. What the fuck were we doing? We was at something big. We was at the Big Three. He died the week after the fucking Big Three. We did the Big Three. We was in Vegas with Ice Cube doing the fucking Big Three, and I'm on the patio at the hotel at the fucking hotel smoking and shit. He called me. I'm talking to the nigga. I'm like, yeah, I'm with your nigga Q. He like, yeah, that nigga's on the big three. That's huge. So he congratulating us and shit the next weekend. You know what I mean? He was out of there. I'm like, damn, I
Man,
just
that
talked
shit
to the
pissed
nigga.
me off when I heard
I
that shit.
just
I was
talked
so
to that
mad.
nigga, man. I
I was
just
mad
talked
as
to him.
hell, man.
And he was supposed to come to LA and get on the podcast. I was supposed to get on his shit because he was on a run doing something. He was filming a lot of shit right at that time. Yeah, and setting up to drop an album. So he was doing a lot of
You
shit.
know why I was
He was
so mad
traveling
when
and shit.
Gonzo? I was so mad when Gonzo got killed because I feel like Gonzo was one of the only niggas. I ain't saying he was the only nigga, but he was one of the only niggas that was really taking up for Pac. He was the nigga that was nigga. You can't say shit about Pac. That nigga on your ass for real.
Facts. Yeah, Gonzo was on niggas' helmet. He was not tolerating no Tupac disrespect at all. Period. Him and Bosco 100. That's why they was boxing. All that shit is over Tupac disrespect. That nigga went in
Yeah,
that ring for the celebrity boxing match over Tupac, man. So
man, that's
Gonzo
real.
stood
That's
on
love.
business.
That's man. That's 100.
That young Ritzy always stood on business. Gonzo was a solid ass nigga, man. Period. He stood on business and he was with the business. Period, man. So salute to my regime king. You know what I mean? King Ritzy, man. We missed the shit out of him, man. Shit, it ain't the same, bro. That nigga was a real nigga, bro. A
Regime,
real ass
Hey,
nigga,
how did
man.
you come up with that though? How you put that together though, man? The regime.
It started from paraphernalia to mob, which was the Gov, Free the Gov, Richie Rich, the Luniz, Seidel, Drew Down, and who else? Knick Knack and Knucklehead. We was paraphernalia to mob. So that was the first crew in Oakland. And then I split it off and made my own crew, the regime, which was me, Tech Nine, Fast Bossy, Mad Max, Pop LQ, um, uh, Diesel Don, Governor Matic, rest in peace. Who else? Yeah, that's it.
Rest in
And
peace, Mac
Gonzo.
Dre, man. Rest in
And
peace, Mac
Gonzo.
Dre. I gotta say that.
And Gonzo. So and Lil Key. So that was the mob. You know what I mean? Period.
Yeah.
So made my own crew. The appearance was Killers on the Payroll on the second Looney's album. That was the grand debut of the regime on that song. And yeah, we just kept it pushing after that. Salute to Tech Nine, man. My nigga, woo,
Man, that nigga live, bro. That nigga
hey
be
man,
everywhere I go, niggas be talking about Tech Nine, bro. I swear to God.
that nigga's an
Like that nigga
animal. That's
in the
why.
Midwest for real.
That nigga's an animal. Leave that boy alone, man. When I met the nigga, I met him because we was doing the second album, so we got some production from QD3, which was Quincy Jones' son, which is Quincy Jones' son, but Tech Nine was signed to Quincy Jones at the time, so he was staying with QD3 at the crib in Baldwin Hills. So he had the studio inside his crib. So instead of going to the studio, we went to QD3 crib to record the song that we had to do with his production. And we met Tech Nine there. He started playing, the wake up freestyles and shit, start playing the concerts and shit. I was like, oh, we need to do a song with this nigga. So we got after that, I started hanging out with Tech Nine because all my peoples was in the Baldwin Hills. We had a spot in the Baldwin Hills. Rest in peace to Laylaw. But Laylaw had a spot in the Baldwin Hills. Remember the video Today Was a Good Day?
Yeah.
And at the end of the video, that corner sack, that crib, the whole crib in that video, that's in the Baldwin Hills. That's my nigga Laylaw from NWA. That's his crib. You know what I
Damn,
mean? So
okay.
I was over there, living over there until my escrow went through. So with that being said, I was Tech Nine neighbor damn near. You know what I mean? Go around the block. I'm at Tech Nine and QD3 house. Fast Bossy lived over there too. Gonzo lived over there. So LQ lived over there. So that was the hangout. The Baldwin Hills, you know what I mean? The Overlands, you know what I mean? The Overhills over just like by the Rolling 60s. You know what I mean? Crenshaw. That was the hangout when I first moved out here. So we was hanging out because we was all damn near neighbors. You know what I mean? And that became the real crew.
For sure. And then speaking of the Rolling 60s,
Oh yeah, one more
shout out
thing. Rest in peace, Tally. Rest in peace, Tally. That's the one that introduced me to Fast Bossy, Mad Max. You know what I mean? So rest in peace, Tally. And Gonzo. Gonzo introduced me
Hey,
to
don't,
them
hey,
too.
you got a homie from St. Louis that's from the 60s.
Oh,
Somebody told me you
me?
had a homie that's he from LA, but he from St. Louis. He from the city. I forgot they said his name was, man.
I probably do. I probably do, man. You know, the '60s is deep, man. So that's a lot. They're my homies, man. Them the dudes that held me down since I moved here, man. So they're my
Yeah,
buddies,
that's
man. So
yeah.
you never know, man.
My neighborhood is St. Louis, 60s and 30s. So shit, it is what it is. But we back to you. We speaking on you, man. What made you want to start a podcast?
It started from the radio station, man. Shout out to my partner in grind, Cuzzo Fly, man, and Brandon. Brandon that
Yeah, shout
came up
out
with
to
the
those
idea.
fly for real.
Yeah, Brandon that came up with the idea to do it. He had some shit on Blog Talk Radio. So we came up with Smoke a Lot Radio. It was going every Monday, you know what I mean, for like 2 years straight. And that was just a call in. Motherfuckers call in and shit, interview motherfuckers and shit like that on the phone. So
Yeah,
after that, you know, I ain't gonna go deep into how we split up, but we split up and went separate ways. Me and Fly went our way and Brandon went his way. So after that, you know, Fly like damn near moved down south. So I got approached by Be Real after I did an interview with him at Be Real TV, the Smoke Box. Like, yo, you want your own podcast? I like your charisma, I like your style. I'm like, I got a show already called Smoke a Lot Radio. You know what I mean? So I put my team together, my new team together, which was Simone Taylor, you know, ex porn star, Kato Fonya, you know what I mean,
okay.
comedian, JRJ, my producer, you know what I mean, fucking Sacramento Kings, Sports Center, you know what I mean, all that shit he got up under his belt. And then shout out to Shop Black from the Who Riders. He brought JRJ to the table. And me, and we started running it at Be Real TV, Smoke a Lot Radio in 2014. So we wasn't, it was before the shit was ever called a podcast. We were just filming our shit. Like it was like BT, you know what I mean? Like the basement or something. You know, we interviewing motherfuckers, we play their videos. So it was more like, you know, a hip hop radio station, like radio,
Right,
Smoke a
right,
Lot
right.
Radio. So we doing that for a couple years at Be Real TV, and salute to Be Real TV because he was one of the first, along with Ice T, along with Snoop Dogg, to even have filming podcast shit. But it was, you know, shows. Snoop had GGN, you know, Be Real at Be Real TV. Ice T had the Combat Jack show, so that shit been popping. So got up on the Be Real because they was the ones filming the shit, you know, on BeRealTV.com. So left them in 2016, took a break, you know, a couple years to do my rap career, and got back in it in 2019 with a Digital Soapbox. You know, that's who got Gangster Chronicles that had Reggie White and, you know, Mob James and them over there. You know, Gonzo was over there. Salute to
Shout
Gonzo.
out to Reggie Wright Jr., man. That's the homie. He be on the show a lot, man.
Yeah,
Him and
Reggie Wright
I
Jr.
had Mob James on her too.
Yeah, so that's where they was at, Digital Soapbox. So we all over there at Digital Soapbox. But Gonzo brought me over there because Gonzo was there first. So
Right.
salute to Gonzo. Big rest in peace to Gonzo. He, you know, dude still was trying to get at me. And he knew Gonzo was in a regime. So Gonzo got at me. And this is after we squashed our beef. And this is like right after we squashed our beef, Gonzo brought it together. And at CBS station, I think Nori and them was over there too at CBS. So at CBS station, you know, we had did an interview for somebody else's podcast. Me and Gonzo seen each other for the first time, hugged, dapped it up, took pictures and shit. Everybody knew that the beef was squashed, and that was 2019. So
That's what's up.
yeah, our beef been squashed, like, you know what I mean. And then some shit had happened, you know what I mean, to where we got to another quarrel for like a hot second, you know what I mean. Then we got back together. So me and Gonzo had that type of relationship where it was on and off, but it was mostly on, you know what I mean. We'll bump heads, you know what I mean, for a hot second and then be back to best homies. You know, that happens when you have a real friendship. You know, real friends gonna bump
Yeah,
heads
right.
sometimes when they disagree. And they're gonna, you know, veer off and until they, you know, calm down, you know, cooler heads
Y'all
prevail.
ain't
Then y'all
real
come.
homies. If y'all don't never get into no argument, no fight, y'all ain't real homies, man. For
Period.
real.
If you can't check your homie can't check you, you ain't real homies. Period. So,
Straight up.
you know, we go through checking each other and shit. We split up and then we come back together and make the cheddar, man. So salute to Gonzo. He threw that play with the Digital Soapbox, and we left Digital Soapbox and been doing our thing by ourselves ever since, man, over there at the Coin Academy. So we just been leveling up with Smoke a Lot Radio. But we've been doing this shit since 2010, off and on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before this shit was popular, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Now, next question, man. What's your top 5 favorite artists if you have any, man?
Ah, man. Pac. Um, gotta be careful with this.
Yeah.
Top 5. Pac, Big, Nas, Jay,
Shout out to Jay.
and oh man, niggas gonna kill me, but the illest nigga of them all, man. You gotta give it to the 5 on who. I gotta give it to my favorite niggas, man. I can't judge it on everybody else. I gotta give it to who? Face, man. Scarface. Gotta give it to
Damn right.
Face.
Damn right. You did that. You did that. On my mama, that's a crazy top 5. They can't be mad at that.
Gotta give it to Face, man. Gotta
Damn right.
gotta give it to Face, man.
Scarface, man. That's the dime, man. For real. The
Gotta
real
give it to
dime.
Face, man. Them the
For
niggas that
sure.
influenced me, man. But I really wanted to throw Coogee Rap up in there, but Coogee Rap ain't got enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to do
Yeah.
the dudes that really legendary. Scarface, nigga. Definitely.
Most definitely.
Brad, Jordan. Yep.
Most definitely. Now, this next question, man. What kind of new music you got coming up, man? You got any new music on the way?
Yeah, man. City of Dope 2, COD 2. I mean COD 2. Coming next. That's gonna be direct to customer. You know what I mean? I'm selling them joints for 100 each. I'm only pressing up 1,000, so get them while you
Damn right.
can.
That's what Nip did. You see, Nip
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah,
Pressed up,
nah,
Nip.
because the niggas is getting like a half a penny off the streaming shit, bro. Like, you gotta do 1,500 streams to be considered one sale, my nigga. So
I'm
they
telling
take.
niggas, you think niggas don't still, you think they don't still got CD players? You crazy. If you give a nigga, sell a nigga a CD, they gonna put it in their car and spin it, motherfucker.
I'm giving a nigga a CD, a USB, the whole shit. You're gonna get
Yeah,
everything you could use it in. It's gonna be in a dope ass box. It's gonna be a collectible. The artwork gonna be elegant. Everything gonna be dope. It ain't gonna just be a CD. It's gonna be a box and some other shit gonna be in a box I can't tell you about. But you
yeah,
definitely gonna get doubled up. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna just be the CD by itself, nigga. It's gonna be some live shit up in that box. It's gonna be worth that $100. I'm telling you, collector's item. Period. But at the end of the day, Thug Lords, me and Sibo, we back in the studio working on our
shout
new
out to
album.
Sebo, that's the homie, man. I fuck with Sebo, cuz.
Yeah,
Real.
Cocaine Cowboys. That's our next album, Cocaine Cowboys. We almost done with that. And me and Jay Hood got a group called Savages, man. We working on it. Jay Hood from D Block up there in
Okay.
Yonkers. Yeah, so we got a group, we the Savages, and we working on our next album also. And who else? The Regime. We coming back together. We about to put the Regime out again. You dig? So
It's
yeah, we
time. It's
working.
time. It's needed.
Yeah. I mean, Cruise is dying out. You know what I mean? And we one of the only crews that's still together. You know what I mean? Crews done leveled up so much that they got their own record labels and ain't even fuck with their crews no more. They fuck with their artists. You know what I mean? That's the new crew. So our crew, you know, we all got record labels and shit, but we still know who the crew is and we still rock with the crew. You know, so it's time for a real dope ass crew album. That's what we ain't had in a minute. That's what we ain't had in a long time. So we bringing that shit back. Period.
Yeah. And are you still signed to Rap a Lot?
Nah, but salute the Rap a Lot. I'm signed to Smoke a Lot. That's my own record. That's my record label.
Oh, damn right. You bossed up. Shit.
Off top, man. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. For sure, man. So with that being said, man, before we get out of here, you got any sponsors, any merch you want to represent?
Definitely, man. Hit up smokealotrecords.com. Get the merch to make your body work. You know what I mean? Get the music, get the DVDs, get the tour dates, get everything, man. Smokealotrecords.com. You know, follow me on the gram at Regime General. You know, follow everything, man. Follow the Luniz at the official Luniz. Follow the podcast, man. Yukmouth TV on YouTube, man. Get all the podcasts. Smoke a Lot Radio, What the Fuck Weekly, Wonder Twins, man. Law Library, man. All the shit, man. High Learning, man. I got so much shit on that bitch, man. We got hella podcasts, man. We working it, man. So follow Yukmouth TV for all the latest podcast shit. And yeah, man, we moving and grooving. You dig? Yada. Big shout out to
For sure.
Well, big shout out to E40. You know what I mean? I'm sipping on that Isarenta. You know what I mean? Sponsored by
Damn
E40.
right.
You know what
Shout
I
out
mean?
E40.
Earl Stevens wine selections. You know what I mean? Definitely go follow them on the gram. And yeah, man, that's about it, my nigga. Period, man. Shout out to the mob. Shout out to the real niggas, man. Stay real, man. Fuck these fake niggas. Yada da.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, matter of fact, hey, I got one last question, real quick. My bad. Was you in Kansas City when Mac Dre got killed?
Nah, I wasn't. Nope.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
left. I left a couple days before. Yep.
Yeah, for sure,
Yep.
for
But
sure.
rest in peace, big rest in peace to the Cuddy, man. You know, we lost the best shit in the Bay, man. Like, man, when that man was alive, that man had the Bay together. I'm talking about everybody. Like, that has never like it never been before, my nigga. So Dre was a movement, man, a big movement. And when we lost that, the Bay separated. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't together how they was, man. So and not only that, just keeping us together. That man was a dope ass artist. We lost a
Yeah,
dope ass artist from the Bay Area. Original
for sure.
dude, originator, you know, making styles and trends and all types of shit, man. So yeah, man, big salute and big rest in peace,
Rest in
Mac
peace,
Dre.
Mac Dre.
You know.
For sure, for sure. And then I talked to your people about the record and shit. That's we're gonna put that together.
Let's do it. I'm ready when you ready.
For sure, for sure. Let's make it happen. So with that being said, this is another episode of When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. You know, we got Yukmouth in here, man. We finna get out of here, man. Peace and love.
Yada da.
One.